Hello again everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're at Manchester Airport, parked up on a really wet and miserable day with a Macro simulation scenery on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're taking another quick look for a very short video with a really cool heavy division project, freeware projects, Boeing 787-10. And for those of you who might be wondering what it is, not quite sure and not heard of it before, it's a modification of the Premium Deluxe Asobo's Boeing 787-10 inside MSFS. So it works to improve the default aircraft and add a load of true-to-life features. And it makes it a really enjoyable aeroplane to fly actually. It certainly makes it VATSIM friendly. It's really great to be able to fly a long-haul twin aisle as well in the sim. So they're making some fantastic work. Today this is a short video just to take you through some of the updates that they've pushed very recently, in addition to what I've already covered in my 3-part tutorial series a little while back. So make sure you hit like and subscribe down below, and let me know what you think in the comments below too. So into the flight deck then, and you guys will come and join like we are at the moment, cold and dark. So everything is off at the moment, as you can see in the overhead panels as well. And I'm going to take you through some of the differences to the mod itself. So I'm just going to use Pushback Express to trigger a power supply, an external power supply, so we're connecting ground power to the aeroplane. And you can see, first things first, then we need to turn the battery on. So there we go. You can see, because we've requested external power, the external power buses are all available for us, so we can go ahead and turn those on. Now some of the new features that we've got are some of the AC buses. Gen control now by default is off instead of on already, and we need to go ahead and turn those on shortly. But first, the most important step is to align the IRS. So these two dials at the top here, click them both to on, and what that's going to do is start to align the PFD, because you guys will see this PFD now. And that's because the aeroplane doesn't know where it is in relation to the equator, and it basically needs to find its spot on the Earth for everything to work. On the top of the nav display then, on the top of the left of the MFD screen, you can see the time to align, and that currently in real time is 10 minutes 45 seconds and reducing. The reason why that's taking such a long time, for those of you who don't already know, basically the further you are away from the equator, the longer it takes for the aeroplane to find its position. So if you spawn somewhere, for example like Barbados, your time to align might be only 2 minutes or so. But if you're further away from the equator, like we are in Manchester in the UK, then you can see that it's taking quite a long time. There's another larger version there as well of that time to align, 10:10. If you want to increase the speed of that, you can head to your FMS, hit the heavy options tab, and then you can go to the new option of IRS menu. And currently I've got it set to align time of real, and you can see the status is aligning there on the left of the screen. You can click force align if you want it to just instantly do it, and then that time to align feature will pretty much just go straight to clear and 0, and the PFDs and everything will kick in and align too. If you click in the align time options though, you've got a number of options. The one at the top is the one that's selected. You can see we've got 4 options of instant, fast, normal or real. Fast is about 1 minute. That's quite a nice option for those of you who don't want to spend too long waiting for the IRS on the ground. Instant's another good one for those of you who like the plug and play style of simulation, where it's just done. And then you've got normal and real. And obviously the further you go down the list, the longer it takes. Although, like I said, if you're really on top of the equator, real will probably be quite quick. So a really cool feature. A few people on their Discord server have also said that they don't like the sheer brightness of the grey. And now, a little top tip: when you spawn in, Asobo, or the simulator rather, automatically puts this screen brightness to 100%. If you go to the overhead panel, you can see lower display, and you turn that down, you can see there that we've turned the brightness down quite nicely actually, so it's a better grey. So you can turn the brightness to what you like and find whatever fits your own personal preference. So again, just a little tip there for you guys to make the most out of some of the latest features. Heading back to the overhead panel then. Obviously we want to have the nav lights and the logo lights on, and that turns the nav lights on the wings and the logo lights around the tail. If you want to start the APU, at the top of your overhead panel on the electrical panel, you can just flick those to start, and you'll see that left aft fuel pump has turned itself on automatically. The low pressure light has gone off. Pop the seatbelt signs on. Another animation here is window heat. They're on by default, but have a little look to make sure one day they might be off automatically. You might need to turn each one on separately. At the moment it's just one click and you get all four switch on, which is quite a good ease of use feature. With the APU on, you can go ahead and configure the aeroplane as you want for your departure, depending on what flight you're doing. And when you're ready, just before pushback and control checks and things, you need to make sure you've got gen controls on as well. So in your overhead panel, they're now off by default, with the heavy division project adding a little bit more realism to this part of the panel, and you want to make sure they're all on. Wing anti-icing before you push back and start your engines. Some of you have had issues with icing, of course. If the option is on, make sure you've got them all set to auto, and if you're going to depart in really miserable weather, then after takeoff make sure you flick all of those on as well, so they're then on properly after departure. So very short one from me, just explaining some of the new features to the mod. Hope you guys like it and are enjoying the project itself. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and be sure to check out my live stream schedule as well while you're here. But in the meantime, thanks very much as always for watching.